Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Antoinette here from Antoinette Intuitive Tarot and Jewellery. This is my flip through of my journaling for July. So July I started the new Stalogy A5. I've shown you these bits. The bit I forgot, the most important bit I forgot, is that I had done my year ahead spread just at the end of May, ready to go for the next 12 months. And I hadn't incorporated it. I lost a bit of paper, found it, so I've just shoved it in the front here, and I need to do something with that, but I haven't decided quite how I'll do it, whether I'll just stick it in or whether I'll do something with these 2 pages is yet to be decided. So I've put down my new moon intentions and full moon intentions, which is something that I quite like doing, because I was doing that on my last Busy Days planner. The decks that I used was the Crow Tarot, Everyday Witch Tarot, the Garden of Lucid Daydreams by Patrick Valenza, the Tarot of the She, and a last or late contender was the Dame Darcy Mermaid Tarot for the Tarot Challenge at Boho Tarot. So my pages are fairly simple, she says. You might not agree, but it's just washi tape, some stickers that I have, and all this was just from Amazon. The things I have in my stash. So I didn't buy anything new other than obviously this book. And my chosen way to work this month is I'm still doing my month ahead spreads, and I'm pulling the cards for the whole month, starting from the 1st. So the 1st becomes my week 1 till whatever day it is, the Saturday. So 1st to the Saturday of that week is week 1, and then my weeks go from Sunday to Saturday, and then Sunday to whenever the last of the month is for the end of the month. Don't ask me why, it's just how I like to do it. So it does mean, yes, that some weeks have 2 cards because they'll be in both months. Sorry, I've been drawing because they've been in August. So for August, for instance, for August, that might well have another week, if that makes sense. And then I do like an overview oracle pull, and if I feel like it, I'll make a little quote or something to remind me of what's going on. So Fridays, in my last journal I was doing, Fridays was my week's review. So if I remember to do them, I am still doing them. How did the week go? And I'm doing like the reflective energy of the week, things that I should embrace and learn from that week, and then things I need to release and leave behind, or leave alone, or let lie, things I don't really need to take with me. And I used the Crow Tarot for this one, and I just drew elements from the cards into my journal: the poppies, the swords, the coins, the feathers. So that was just a nice thing to do. And then, as you see, stickers, and I'm just using my symbols for the cards on the pages. For Sunday, I don't know what to call it really. It was kind of this was more of a mindful thing for me. So this is what I needed to be mindful of for the day. And the Sunday cards, Dawn at Boho Tarot was doing a kind of self-care Sunday. I'm doing something similar, but it's just if I feel the need. So I check in to see what I need to do for me for the day. And then like my kind of base ideas back here as I like pull all the cards together and my kind of thoughts on what's going on. And then Mondays are my week ahead for that week. So I have my month ahead done in weeks already here, just to give me a kind of idea of what to expect as the month unfolds. But then for each week, because obviously this can change, I do a full, like, what am I going to get? So the energy of the week, where should I focus my attention? What do I need to avoid? And is there like an oracle message? And this one, you just see I've drawn the card symbols in here, and the oracle message, I've just written the names of the cards that came out, and then kind of my thoughts on what's going on there. And I used the Crow Tarot and Garden of Lucid Daydreams for this one. And then Boho Tarot did start the July challenge, which was called Into the Deep. And the first one was called Message in a Bottle. So I've added this. Instead of where in my last diary I selected a whole bunch of pages just to do the challenge, I've put them into my diary as they came up this time, rather than trying to work out how many pages I needed. Wednesday was a sort of check-in for me. This was more my check-in. Was there anything I wanted to know about on Wednesday? And I simply put 3 cards down here. No particular order or questions. I just needed to know about something. And then I've got some more personal journaling in there underneath on both sides for me. On the 9th of July, we had the new moon in Cancer. So I've got my new moon spread here, and you can see it's just very basic. I've put the order of the cards here, a bit about the energy, the moon energy and what's going on. The spread is by ethany.com. And again, washi tape and stickers, very simple. Thursday, the 8th of July, I needed to know, this is like I want to know what's going on. I think I had the week off actually. This might have been a week off, if I'm right. Can't remember. It feels like it's so long ago. So I just wanted to know what was going on energy wise, how I needed to avoid it, and what to do about it to kind of get a handle on things. And we had I used Tarot of the She, which is why the colours are so dark here. So it's quite a dark deck, and obviously you can see what I've written down there, and just some writing and some sticky on there. Then for Friday, I think we had the Drop in the Ocean spread from Boho Tarot for Into the Deep. So we've got this one here, and this I was using the Dame Darcy Mermaids. I haven't brought the deck with me, so I do apologise, but there is a flip through on my channel for it. So just I was just using some washi tape, and the colours for Into the Deep I went with blues and greens to mimic Into the Deep, seaweed and sea and all those good colours. Saturday, again, I clearly had something going on in my life throughout that week, and I wanted to see what on earth was going on. So I dropped 3 cards out, again using Tarot of the She. You can tell from the dark colours and the reds and all the black. And that's kind of the feel of the deck to me. So I wrote it down, and we were on a, is that called waxing moon? Waxing crescent. Sunday, I had a new deck. It was the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle. So it looks a bit like a Lenormand, but it's not a Lenormand. So threw out some cards. I've wrote it exactly there. Curiosity spread to see where I'm at today. And just popped out as many cards as I felt I needed. And then kind of wrote my thoughts and reflections there. And I put the stickers on afterwards, because you can see I've stuck them over the top of the writing. Monday, there we go. So how is my week looking? Good morning world. So that's my week ahead spread. Nothing's really changing. So I'm using energy, do this, avoid this for that week. Use the Everyday Witch Tarot. We've got the Into the Deep journal prompt here, and Into the Deep messages from the sea spread. And for those of you who are familiar with the Dame Darcy, you can see that I've kind of used the influences of the Dame Darcy in my writings for the cards. This space here was to put a picture of a card that I took a photo of. I quite honestly don't know that I'll ever do it, because it involves getting printer ink and all that expensive stuff, and I really can't be bothered. So it might never happen, or I might eventually draw a whale there. It was basically to see who my sea spirit was that I was working with for the month. Then I've got my Friday week in review. I've got a few more things here. Okay, so what happened? Right, I now remember. This was, I had done a week work experience with a different department at work. So I wanted to know what had gone well for me, what didn't go so well, what did they think of me, kind of what impression had I made, and what could I do to improve the impression. And then the underlying energy of the reading. And again, I used the Everyday Witch for that, but I had stickers from an RWS style deck. So I've just stuck those in to note my stickers. And this one's interesting because this links to my weekly pulls. So I'll, my daily pulls. So we'll remind, or we'll try and remember that when I get to them. On the Saturday, I was in Ginger Fae's Hidden Hollow of Divine Musings on Facebook. And this was one of the spreads she put up. I can't remember where it was from, if it was her personal spread or if it was someone else's that she was sharing with us, because I haven't noted it anywhere. But it's a morning contemplation spread. So I drew it down and never actually got around to pulling the cards, but it's here and I'll come back to it quite possibly if I need to. But you can see what I've done is I've wrote the questions, I've drawn the spread, and then my answers will just be written straight over the top of all of this, and the card spread will sit underneath, kind of hidden, so I can see it. So we've got more from the Into the Deep Sunday. What do I need to know for this Sunday for me? So it's like, what am I doing? The energy of the day, what am I doing and what am I avoiding? And then I've just stuck some quotes in on the bottom. Then we've got Monday, 19th of July. So I'm just sticking with like the week ahead energy, focus, avoid. Everyday Witch Tarot again here. And then I've got my Garden of Lucid Daydreams Oracle card, which was the Winter Rose. And then I've just wrote my words for what I think I needed to know from that card. So I've put growth and beauty after feeling shut off. So it felt like a time of blossoming, which is what the kind of words for that card are. Then we've got back to the Into the Deep. So you can see there's a sort of theme going on. So a couple of these were coming in amongst everything else. And I've just drawn the kind of elements of the card. So select a card to represent the message that your sea spirit guide is trying to remind you of. So I selected the High Priestess, and then you can see I've kind of like drawn her onto the page, made her a bit colourful, and then written down sort of what I felt the message was for me. And then we have the full moon spread from Ethany. So that one's there, and you can see there's my hidden card spread, and I've written straight over the top of it questions and a bit about what the moon and the energies of that are. Then we've got Beneath the Surface tarot spread from Into the Deep Boho Tarot. This was a 6-card spread, and you can see that I've taken elements of the cards from the Dame Darcy Mermaids. We've got seaweed and seagrass, and then I've drawn, I think that's the Sun card onto here, just because it looked like a great card to stick underneath the spread, and then written my kind of what I got from the spread there. And my little sea theme is carrying on. So again, we've got some more from Into the Deep. These were journaling prompts here. And Sunday I did, what did we look at? So energy, mystery and momentum. So the inner energy for me, so that's my inside energy, not outer energy or energy around me. Mystery, what hidden forces are at play? How can I create more positive momentum? And then that's what we got here. And just some simple colour coordination, again, stickers and flowers. This one is probably my most favourite because it's so colourful, to be fair. But that was Monday the 26th of July, so week ahead spread, energy, embrace, focus. I actually got a job offer, which was amazing, from the week ending the 16th for the work experience. And I just like the colours and the doodles here. Then we've got the journal prompt from Into the Deep, and it was talking about the card, the Hierophant card that I had, and what I was getting from that. We have the Hidden Pearl spread, so you can see I've drawn the spread on here that Dawn Michelle had drawn up, written the questions, and then I put my answers, and my card symbols are here. And then we had the final journal prompt of the month is kind of what awareness had I got from doing this whole spread. And it was a question journal prompt, and I ended up creating a spread. So that was really nice. So I got the prompts to make my own spread. So I wanted to know what I need to be mindful of moving forwards, what the awareness is, and what am I worrying less about. And 2 cards popped out there, and I've written like my kind of focus here, and then just a tiny sum up. Wednesday the 28th, I used Tower of the She, hence this big colourful picture. My spread is actually under here, so I just put cards down for this. This was an intuitive spread. So today's pull is completely based intuitively and led by my morning daily card. So my daily card pull was the Star and Lovers, which felt like it was talking about what I needed to do on that day for myself. And then I just threw some cards out around it, and then that's what I've done. So it ended up becoming a kind of cross, and what was below me had 3 cards, what's above me, what am I going towards, and where am I coming from with this kind of daily energy where I am now. And my question to myself in the end was, what's in my mind's eye? And then that prompted this picture, which came from the star card in that deck. So I quite like almost like the hidden journaling there, really. And then my last one for July is here, and this is who did I use? I haven't written the deck that I used for this. I think this was the Crow Tarot. Finally got a look in again. So I've written these here. So I wanted to know what my lesson was for the week, what am I letting go, and what am I doing more of or taking forwards from the week. So I've got my journaling prompts. This is my oracle card that I pulled from the Garden of Lucid Daydreams. So I've just drawn him in. I'm really enjoying this deck and just using them as like a muse to draw or copy. They're not copied completely, but pretty close, I'd say. But just get me back into line drawing and colour and all those good things. And then a little bit of writing there. So relief that I got my job offer, because this is the fountain. It's great fun. Jenna at Jennifer Ball's Witch House talks about this with the birds coming out the butt when she does the walkthrough of the deck. It's really quite funny. So if you want a bit of amusement, then you can pop over and see her channel. And I did start August, just to give you a sneaky peek, because we are already into August. So we're there, but you don't need to see all of that. Talking about my daily pulls, which have been here. So I've been carrying on. So going back to that week ending the 16th of July, this is just an interesting thing that happened to me quite curiously. And I shuffled, believe me when I say this, I shuffled. So this week, starting 12th to the 16th, I was on work experience, and I was basically shadowing and following people around who were teaching me to see if 1, I fitted into their team, and 2, whether I enjoyed working with their team and enjoyed the job. Every day for 5 days, I pulled a queen, a different queen every day, but I pulled a queen every single day, starting with the Queen of Swords. And that day I wrote wisdom, reasoning, rationale. It turned out to be a day of rationale. The next day I pulled the Queen of Wands, confident, charming individual. It turned out to be a day where I needed to show confidence in what I was doing. The Queen of Swords again, reason and independence this day on the Wednesday. I can't remember exactly 100% what I was doing, but there's definitely a need to show like an independence in my thought processes. On the Friday, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. I put healing, patience, and practical. Curious, it did turn out to be more about the kind of practical skills that was needed for what was going on that day. There's a lot of computer skills as well, and I was working with a nurse in particular, so the healing was an interesting part to that, and my patience was needed. I did need a lot of patience that day, because I was getting to the point where when you're shadowing somebody, you want to help and you want to get in and do things, and I couldn't, and that was getting really kind of frustrating for me because I couldn't help them. So on this Thursday, at this point, I remember commenting, that's crazy, I've pulled a queen every single day. And on Thursday I was like, do you know, I've pulled a queen. So I pulled 4 queens, but I haven't pulled the Queen of Cups. Friday morning, sat down, pulled my cards. Queen of Cups fell out with 2 cards behind her, but she was the top card, I kid you not. And she's a very emotional, watery card, and I wrote truth, honest conversations to go with her. And it turned out I was, again, working with a more kind of nurturing type of soul that day, and somebody who is also a nurse. And I thought it was really interesting, the Queen of Cups going alongside that type of person. So that was my July, and then you can see I've completed it all. I've tallied up my cards down the side. And now I'm into August, and I've changed up what I'm doing. So the decks that I was using, as you know, I've been using the Garden of Lucid Daydreams by Patrick Valenza, available from deviantmoon.com. And this is the one that I said I like. It's really inspiring me to pick up and draw them occasionally, just to get back into drawing. So there's my water fountain. But it's such a fun deck. You can read it intuitively or not, it's up to you. But it's yeah, I'm just really enjoying it. I enjoy the like I say, I enjoy the muse aspect of this for me. So I am thoroughly enjoying that one. Tarot of the She. I've used this a lot, so I know I've mentioned it a lot, but it's got a very different feel to it, a very different feel and a very different bunch of messages. The cards are slightly different. As you see, it's moody, I think, maybe. It's a very moody kind of feel to the colours, a little bit muddy. It's very, potentially very earthy. It does have a kind of magical feel. I do use the guidebook when I'm using this, because the guidebook comes with little tiny poems for each card, which is sometimes nice to read just alongside what I'm looking at. But there are keywords on the bottoms of some of these cards. And those keywords are slightly different to what we might associate with. So we've got the Warrior 2, which would be the Two of Wands. We've got Power Awakes. So to me, that's like that Kundalini thing going on here, awakening the inner power. But twos in general for many of us means decisions and choices. So you could associate Power Awakes with that. There are two pathways here to take on, but the word kind of gives a slightly different feel. So yeah, I have found this to be really interesting. It's a great one for inner work. I'm not sure, maybe even shadow work potentially, just because of what it says, just because of some of the keywords and the way it works, and the images, the imagery. Because it pokes at maybe things you don't want to see. I'm sorry, I can't find any better words for it, but that is, I am still really enjoying that deck, and I'm quite sorry to have to finally put it away, but I need to so I can move on to other decks. Then we have the Crow Tarot. Didn't use it as much as I thought I was going to, but it's really, this was a really nice sunny deck for me. The colours, all the oranges to me was just, you know, perfect for this time of year with Beltane and everything else that's going on around us. So the images are nice and sensible. This person did the Grimalkin. I got the whole deck upside down. I think they did the Grimalkin Tarot. I'm not sure if they did the Cat Tarot, or is it the Dog Tarot? But yeah, I find this quite a summery feel to the deck with the oranges and yellows, because summer here is quite hot, so that's how it makes me feel. But the guidebook is really interesting that comes with this. It has a really nice explanation on the cards, and it adds an extra layer to what you already know about the cards, which is always a nice thing. And that's why at the end of the day people write the guidebooks, to tell you what their thoughts are when they were doing them. And then we have the Everyday Witch, which is a really nice deck, really nice straightforward deck. The images are great. I know it's not everyone's favourite deck, but I like the fact that it's borderless. It kind of speaks in a literal tone sometimes. It has that mixture of kind of fun and fantasy with what's going on in the real world. Reminds you of the magic that's within you, I think. Sometimes when you're seeing the little hats, you know, we don't all walk out doing this. We don't look like this when we go out the house. But if we did, maybe we'd treat people differently. But it just reminds me of that sort of inner magic that we have, and the whimsy. And it is a really nice sort of deck to use and read with. Gentle, I suppose, with the way the images come across, with the message it's giving you, perhaps, is the words. But yeah, Judgment card is just fantastic. So So that's that one. I haven't brought the Mermaid Tarot across, as I said, for you to look at, so I do apologise. But that is my July in review. I hope it's inspiring to you or inspires you to journal or to do something different with your journal. As I say, I'm not aiming to be printing off all my pictures like I tried to do in my last journal. I'm just going to keep to writing and drawing to keep it simple. Otherwise, I get to the point where I probably don't do it. I just stop. But yeah, let me know what you think. Sorry about the ramble. I hope you all pulled up a cup of tea, because you know what happens when I get onto the videos. And I will see you in August, hopefully, for my, or the end of August for my what happened in August and what decks I used. And we'll have a flick through my journal again then. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.